What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my third and final mid-year list. If you want to see the first two, they're right here. Unfortunately, today, we're going to be wrapping things up on a bit of a negative note. I'm going to be counting down my top 5 worst albums of the year thus far. We're only doing 5 because it would just be too depressing and too painful to do 10. The albums that I left off this list, I am so happy I never have to talk about them or even think about them again. And frankly, I don't really seek out bad music, so there wasn't this giant pool of albums to choose from like there kind of was for especially my non-metal mid-year list. But unfortunately, there's some records that I either took a chance on or just had to review for a publication or something that I really, really didn't care for. So without further ado, here are 5 of them. The first album on this list, ironically, is the least offensive to my ears, but makes me by far the fucking angriest. And that's Drake's Views record. I swear to God, if it weren't for like the 3 or 4 okay songs on here, I seriously would have thought this was just Drake fucking trolling us. It is 80 minutes of the most mind-numbingly boring music I have fucking heard this year. It's like Drake took the most watered-down, sappiest moments in his past discography and multiplied them tenfold. The middle section of this album in particular, it just fucking hurts to listen to. I had to listen to this record like 10 times because I reviewed it for a publication. And every time that middle chunk in particular came up, I felt like I was watching my life just go to waste. If you want to read my extended thoughts on Views, where I defend my staunchly negative position on it, I will link my full written review in the description. But essentially, if you listen to Views and you think it's good, it's really, really, really good, it can only be for 3 reasons in my mind. Maybe you're a huge Drake fan who's been listening to him since before So Far Gone, and you're just dick riding everything he puts out. Maybe the charts and the hype and the people around you all influenced you to think it was good. Or maybe you just haven't spent much time with well-crafted, critically acclaimed hip-hop and R&B, and therefore you just don't have the perspective. And there might be a 4th option where we just have different tastes. But this record is so bad. I just can't imagine a world where someone is able to give a well-defended argument in this record's favor. Next down my shit list is a metal album, Generation Doom, the latest from Otep. It essentially combines all the corniest things you can do in metal and rolls them into one shit sandwich. It's like In This Moment meets Five Finger Death Punch meets new metal. She even raps on this song Down and drops this line. It's a very special line of many. If knowledge is cheap, I should be an investor. It just hurt my soul. Otep has made a name for herself in the past by being very political and incorporating a lot of social commentary and stuff into her lyrics, but on Generation Doom, I just feel like her complaints and her critiques of society are so fucking whiny and kind of obvious. Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of the fact that America fights wars either, or that large corporations have this stranglehold on society. But why are you telling me that? Why do I need to hear that from you? I know that already. You know what I mean? And yeah, this album is, I guess, heavy, but this album's heaviness is literally all it has going for it. Collegrove, the collaborative mixtape album between 2 Chainz and Lil Wayne. If you haven't heard it, which hopefully you haven't, it pretty much sounds exactly like you would expect it to sound like. Lots of candy-ass trap production like what these two usually rap over, and lots of bars about partying and pussy and what cars they own, like what these two usually rap about. I liked a couple tracks on here, like the lead single Got a Lot I thought was really catchy. The opener Dedication was like a touching tribute from 2 Chainz to Lil Wayne, but overall, hearing 2 rappers rap in this shallow fashion turned out to be a lot worse than hearing one. And in case I haven't given this album a clear enough explanation, how about 4 examples of song titles? Smell Like Money, 100 Joints, Rolls Royce Weather Every Day, Bentley Truck. See what I mean? At number 2 is This Is What the Truth Feels Like by Gwen Stefani. I actually had some high hopes for this album because I liked the 2 singles, Make Me Like You and Truth. And then I heard the whole album. And I wish I didn't hear the whole album. I kind of wonder sometimes how my life would be different if I hadn't heard the whole album. My full review is down in the description if you want to read my further critiques of this album. But for purposes of this video, we just need to talk about 2 songs. First song is called Red Flag, and it's easily the worst song I have heard all year from anybody. It's like Iggy Azalea meets Fergie, but like way more obnoxious. Second song, it's called Send Me a Picture, and it's essentially a 46-year-old woman singing about getting sent dick pics. Ugh. I would say check this album out so you can understand where I'm coming from, but fucking don't do that to yourself. And in the number 1 slot, we have Rude Awakening from TGOD Mafia, aka Wiz Khalifa, Juicy J, and Atlanta producer TM88. A lot of the same criticisms of the Lil Wayne and 2 Chainz album apply here, except in this case, there isn't even like the excitement or the anticipation of that occasional flash of brilliance from Lil Wayne that's reminiscent of like his famous mid-aughts mixtape run. It just, you don't even have that to salvage the situation. Noteworthy lyrics on Rude Awakening include, I got bars like a jail. And my personal favorite, don't Snapchat me that pussy. I want it for real. Avoid this thing at all costs. Okay, we made it through. It was pretty difficult for me to have to drudge up some not so fond memories to discuss these records, but it was also pretty cathartic, and hopefully I helped some people avoid wasting their time, which is always a good thing. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, or shoot me a message so we can continue to talk music, and I will see you guys soon.